is Herb Adderley, phenomenal cornerback and a great kick returner as well, and that's why he made this list. There's so many choices in Packers history, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Number 5, Ray Nitschke.
Well, who's not in the Hall of Fame there?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, tough as nails. When middle linebackers were the nastiest guys on the field, Ray Nitschke was one of those nasty guys. Number 4, Don Hutson, who played like 60 years ago and is still listed as one of the best receivers in some categories of all time.
He invented the position of wide receiver.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. In a time when they didn't even throw the ball. Number 3, Brett Favre. And you might think, why do you have Favre behind Bart Starr? Because I have Bart Starr number 2, championships. Because Bart Starr won 5 championships with the Green Bay Packers, including 2 Super Bowls. And the greatest Packer of all time was Vince Lombardi.
Now it's my turn. Number 6, Jerry Kramer, and he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Man, if there's ever a mission of the Hall of Fame, Jerry Kramer was one of the best of all time, and plus he came on our show at the Super Bowl. And I like people. I got into trouble because 2 or 3 years ago, and kids will remember this, I voted for people in the Baseball Hall of Fame that I liked, and I got grief all over the nation. But I didn't pick anybody that didn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I mean,
that was the tiebreaker for you.
Well, you have 10 slots. There's never been 10 guys gotten in the Hall of Fame even the first year. So I thought, 5 slots I would waste on guys, not waste, but I knew they weren't going to get in. So Jerry Kramer, he's on my list, number 6, because he belongs. Don Hutson, you're right about the wide receiver position, but he also played defense.
Oh, yeah,
he was a great defensive player, and people don't know that about him, but he played running back, wide receiver, he played kick returner, punt returner, he was like everything. Ray Nitschke, I think I picked him, and we can do whatever we want to here, but I also picked him because in longest yard, he looked like the meanest man in the history of the world. And doesn't what's-his-face throw a ball right and hits him in the crotch with it, and that's how they get him out of the game.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. Number 3, plus he was bald-headed. That was back then, a bald-headed player.
That was before its time.
Why Tittle, yeah. Bart Starr, I'm putting him back. I got Brett Favre. I'm putting Favre, and you're right, Starr had more championships. Brett Favre was a greater player. Bart Starr, who played for a winless Alabama team, got drafted in the first round, was the ultimate game manager. He didn't throw the ball. He handed off Packers right, Packers left.
Wait. Wasn't he like a 17th round draft pick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did I say?
First round.
First round. No, he was. No, you were absolutely right.
I thought maybe the 2 leagues or
Vince
something.
Lombardi, and but Vince was the epitome of coaches. So, and he lived in it. If you ever seen these, here's what I liked about John Wooden and Vince Lombardi. John Wooden lived in a little apartment, and Vince Lombardi lived in a house that would be, forgive me, this is not a knock, in Arvada that was on a street with the, that was out of the 50s because it was born.
But you make the trip to Green Bay as a sports writer, and sooner or later you're going to go by Vince Lombardi's house there. And the first time I went by there, I said, "You're kidding me! Vince Lombardi didn't live here."
Yeah, and it had fake knotty pine and like a fireplace that was plugged in and stuff like that. And,
okay, if I'm going to do my list, I got to do a confession first. 1966, I'm 8 years old. I'm living in the Midwest. My dad and I disagreed on every sports thing under the sun. He was a Bears fan, so I was a Packers fan. So and 1966, the Packers at the height of their powers. I'm got all bragging rights over my dad, and you're 8 years old. That's the wonder years for being a sports fan. So every Packer I'm picking is from '66.
Okay.
Number 6, Forrest
Can hardly
Gray.
go wrong though.
Yeah. I think I've got all Hall of Famers. Yeah. Did I pick all Hall? Forrest Gray, number 6, great offensive lineman, right there with Jerry Kramer.
And
number 5, Willie Davis. I love Willie Davis. Oh, yeah. He could bring the heat. Number 4, Herb Adderley, great cornerback. Willie Wood was in that secondary too. Number 3, Vince Lombardi. Sorry, Vince, you're the coach. I knew you were great, but you were a mean guy. So players were at the top. And
can I ask you about, you've got Jimmy Taylor, Jim Taylor.
Yeah, I called him Jimmy. Everybody else called him Jim.
I debated that this morning. Do you think that Jim Taylor was better than Paul Hornung?
In '66 he was. Prior to '66 he was not. not all time. And come on now, I'm a South Bend boy, so if I pick Jim Taylor over Paul Hornung, you know that I really thought Jim Taylor was the better player.
They were almost like 1A, 1B.
Yes, they were. And, heck, I even liked Elijah Pitts and Donnie Anderson and Jim Grabowski. So you know 66 was big to me.
Oh, yeah.
And number 1, Bart Starr, he was the quarterback. He was the field general, and he went right over Kramer for the touchdown in the Ice Bowl
game.
There you go.
Mark, thanks for coming by.